work. So, hey guys, I don't know if I could be more excited for this call. I'm so excited to introduce you guys to Ilana. I have been in the 2B Mindset test group since Thanksgiving. I was the second test group I think I was part of. And this program is like nothing I've ever seen. Like, it's just a game changer. So I'm super pumped for you guys to meet Ilana, and just, we do have a lot of test groupers actually on this call. So
I know, I see Nancy.
Got Nancy, Tiffany, I don't know who else is on here right now, but I know there's more. They're on and they've been in the group with us, and I just passed 25 pounds down today. So like it's so exciting. So, all right, enough about me and the test group. Y'all know I'm excited. Let's talk about Ilana. Let me introduce you guys to her. I wrote some notes here. I've got for you guys to get to know her. So she is a registered dietitian, and she sits on the executive board for the American Heart Association. And then she is also over the health improvement program, or you lead the Bruin Health Improvement Program at UCLA. And Ilana has her own 100-pound weight loss story that helped her. You know, she came from, as a kid, she was sent to fat camp a lot. So I'm gonna let her share a little bit more about that. But she has since built a thriving private practice in Beverly Hills, and she has created this incredible program that we get to experience and share with the world very soon. So thank you so much for doing this and being here. I'm so excited to have you.
Oh my gosh, I just want you to talk the whole time about your personal experience, but yes, I'll share some about mine too. First of all, hi everyone. Thank you so much for being on this call. Tiffany Grace Morris, hello. Yeah, there are so many familiar faces on this call. I see Nancy's beautiful babies. This is so exciting. So thank you everyone for being here today. So just a little bit about me is, yes, I'm a registered dietitian, and I, love nutrition, but it's okay if you don't, and you probably will not even relate to that, at the start, as you will to, just my own personal struggle with weight loss, and my body and my health and everything. So just to start, I was a morbidly obese child. So my weight loss struggle started literally as early as I could remember. When I see 5-year-olds on the street, or my nieces and nephews and stuff like that, I'm like, I cannot believe I was on a diet when you're literally having fun at the jungle gym. And that I had to think about that as early as I can remember. I think it all stemmed from my parents getting divorced, and just having a very unstable living and home environment. And so I had my spot in the kitchen where I would watch TV all night and eat my way through the pantry. And that was my stability, and that was my comfort, and that was my, loving household that I was creating in that space. And unfortunately, it was doing horrible things to my health, literally horrible things to my health. It wasn't that I was just heavy and fine. It was my doctor was seeing my cholesterol was getting high at such a young age. My blood sugar levels were getting high. My blood pressure was elevated, and I was 6, 7, 8 years old. It was just so inappropriate and not okay. And then let alone what it was doing to my own personal confidence, which was horrible. I couldn't go to sleepovers and borrow a shirt from any friend. I couldn't do the monkey bars like anyone else. I got snickered at in ballet, so decided never to go again. It was literally getting in the way of me having an enjoyable, fun-loving childhood that, that I should have been able to have, or, or just that sense of freedom and confidence to think about other things. And I had to be so weighed down by my weight physically and mentally. Unfortunately, at such a young age. And at 8 years old, it started becoming a problem. Not just that it's hard for me to wear clothes, but my doctor started telling my parents, no, this is literally unsustainable. She's so unhealthy. You have to send her to weight loss camp this summer, mandated. There's no, pull resources together. She has to go. And so I left all my school friends and I went to weight loss camp as an 8-year-old. I was in G1, the youngest bunk. There's only a few of us, and I think like stayed the longest out of everyone. There was like a 3-week, 6-week, and 9-week program. Like I was all in for 9 weeks at 8 years old, away from my parents, off to upstate New York to like lose weight or don't come home. I don't know. But like just really serious. And thankfully I took it seriously and I really optimized the experience. So a lot of people like, dreaded and hated it and snuck food in. But for me, I was like, you know what? This is a great opportunity to lose weight and make a summer out of it. So I actually, at a very young age, started having a very positive association with weight loss, thankfully, kind of always associated with like summer camp. And I would really work hard to lose as much weight as possible all summer. But unfortunately, I was almost using as permission to gain weight back all school year, like almost like a horrible yo-yoing game. So I would go back in the summer and lose weight, and then I would gain it all back in more every school year. And that started becoming my pattern, this horrible, destructive yo-yoing pattern where you lose weight being super strict, and then you gain it all back and more. And that was just horrible. I loved coming back every summer. I loved all the compliments. I loved, how good I felt, but I wouldn't take any of those positive changes or figure out anything to help at least just keep the weight off, let alone, stop the gain or control the gain. I mean, I would just like literally fall right back into bad habits, probably pick up new bad habits along the way. And I just kept gaining more and more and more weight with time because I would gain it all back and an additional like 10 pounds or 15 pounds every single school year. So I did that yo-yoing pattern for longer than I care to admit, just years and years. I literally was like in every bunk in that camp. Like I was in G1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, like 14. Like I just was there for way too long. And then going into high school, I said, enough. Like, get it together, Ilana. This is horrible. Like, this is such a bad cycle. It's such a bad pattern. Like, don't bring all of this yo-yoing, dieting, horrible path with you into this next stage of life. Like, I was just like, enough is enough. So going into high school, I went back to camp. And that summer was like my mindset shift where I was like, I'm going to lose as much weight as I can in the summer, but it's just the beginning. And my highest weight was 215 pounds. I'll never forget weighing in there. 215 pounds. I was 5 feet 2 inches tall. I was wearing a size 20, ordering custom 20s online, like literally getting fabric from downtown New York, going to a seamstress if there was ever an event because I refused to like shop in Lane Bryant as a 12-year-old kid. And like literally having like clothes made because I was such a unique round body type for such a little girl. And that summer I was like, enough is enough. Like I got to get it together. I got to not bring these issues with me. So throughout high school, I had that determination. And then I just started pulling in tools that were working for me in the summer, that were working, through trial and error. And throughout high school, I managed to still go out to pizza Saturday night with my friends and still, have that high school experience. But I actually started losing like 20 pounds over high school and keeping my weight off, just pulling these strategies together. And I'm a big volume eater. I like to eat a lot of food. And I had to just figure out how I can still eat a lot of food, but never go on like a diet, never feel different than my friends, never feel like I'm missing out socially. I could still have the best social and even better social experience having like feeling good in my body and eating in the way that worked best for me. And then I always wanted to study nutrition because starting at 8 years old, I had nutrition classes every summer in weight loss camp with a registered dietitian. They were always, friendly and got to speak about food and seemed, cool. So I always wanted to be a registered dietitian. I was very excited to study that in college. And I went to college already down like 50, 60 pounds. So a lot of the other girls in my dietitian program might have been like athletes in the past or something. And I really had this like big weight loss history behind me as well, which was cool. So I got to see what was I doing that was working and how can I optimize it, also with the knowledge I'm learning so much about, how food and weight loss works from a like scientific standpoint too. And I started weaving them together and it started being more and more effective. And I started being able to lose more and more weight throughout college, drinking, like still being able to live my life to the fullest, but with these just smart tools and strategies and approach to it. So I never had to work too hard to still get the results I always wanted. And then I became a registered dietitian. I went through all the schooling for that. And UCLA hired me right out of school and said, okay, well, you've lost a lot of weight yourself. At that point, I'd lost like 75, 80 pounds. Why don't you teach a weight loss seminar? And they basically threw me into this big experience where I got 100 UCLA employees ranging from every demographic, older women secretaries to younger men working in the kitchen, or janitors and professors and researchers. I mean, like literally like everything in between, every socioeconomic and education class and demographic and culture I got to just work with. And in a big, large scale setting, I started figuring out a 12-week curriculum of how am I going to get all these people to lose weight great in a happy fashion and see positive results. So I kind of just like threw right into it, experimented, and it worked. And I saw great weight loss with them. And UCLA was like, excellent. Well, now next semester is going to come and let's push the boundary. So if the average weight loss was 12 pounds in 12 weeks lost, let's get it to 14. And I kept having moving targets for myself and for the university, because it's a grant funded program. It has to have moving targets. And I ended up teaching for 10 semesters, really working out the kinks, working out the order in which I taught, or the way I approached it, the delivery of it, what works for the general public, every different kind of person, to lose weight happily and actually learn to keep it off. And in those 10 semesters working with the system, I had actually ended up doubling. And I left there after 10 semesters when the average weight loss was closer to 24 to 25 pounds in the 12-week period. And now I still teach a monthly lunch and learn with all the people who've done my program in the past, just to keep it up and then talk about like what comes up, and it's great. So, and then I met Beachbody shortly after that 10th semester, after I was also seeing so many private clients, helping private clients really understanding like that one-on-one dynamic of what really goes on in people's minds and how they relate to food, really understanding that, working with so many, like thousands of people at this point, that I met with Beachbody. And together we've kind of taken these incredible principles and turned it into an amazing program called the To Be Mindset. And it's actually only gotten better. Like everything that I came to them with has been optimized, enhanced, and beautified with even more tools, because Beachbody is so good at doing that. So now it's just unbelievably, thankfully effective, as Lindsay is a testament to. I don't even have to tell you guys. I mean, the results are just like, I'm just blown away. I mean, the incredible. It's so great. So and I'm sure you guys have heard that from Lindsay, but yes, so that's just a little bit about me.
Awesome. Yes. They know I can't shut up. It was quite the secret, like, until we could finally be like, hey, this is where I'm at. And we're finally coming to a launch date. So, first question, and do you want me to have them ask you any questions as you?
Yeah, sure. Whatever. However you guys want to do it. If you have
questions, just put them in the chat, and then we'll have you ask them. So the first question, of course, is who is the To Be Mindset for?
I think that's a great question. It's definitely an effective weight loss program. So, I mean, if you have to lose 5 to 200 pounds, this program is for you, which is, fortunately and unfortunately, it's literally almost everyone. Like it's 2/3 of America is either overweight or obese. So it's, definitely very impactful for people who have yo-yo dieted in the past without long-term success, people who've never done any sort of weight loss program and their weight has just crept up over time and they have to do something about it, people who have been exercising nonstop and don't know why they're not able to lose more weight, and then people who don't want to exercise at all and want to lose weight. So exercise is not required to do the program. So it's really great for all the people that you probably wanted to work with in the past who didn't want to sign up for, those intense fitness challenges. They'll be able to do this program with ease. And then also for the people you might have been working with or for yourself, who've like been exercising maybe so much and not like really seeing the weight loss you want, and kind of everything in between. This program, we've tested it really extensively now with women who are breastfeeding, who still maintain positive milk supplies, and get to incredible weight losses along the way. The in the test group and in private clients, we've seen people who might have thought they've always had slow metabolisms or low thyroids or PCOS or any of these like issues that they thought would have held them back from being able to lose weight, have been able to lose weight during this program. So it's really for that. And then, you know, interestingly enough, throughout the test groups, we've had a lot of coaches do the test groups who have no weight to lose, who just wanted to learn what the program's all about. And actually, they've had some of the most mind-blowing testimonials because even though they had no weight to lose, they found that doing this program, they've just incredibly increased their relationship with food along the way. So there are some people who might not have any weight to lose, but they might have a really negative mindset about food and their bodies and maybe feel like if they have a burger and fries, they should do like 5 extra workouts the next day or feel bad or you know, like, and if you have that mindset and you still don't have weight to lose, you should still do this program because it kind of like cuts off that negative approach to eating forever that I think everyone could really benefit from.
Yeah, and I'm I have PCOS and had the exercise and, you know, yada, yada, yada. And they know they're my, you know, this is my team. They're like, they've watched my journey. And so I'm sure they're all like, wow, like what is going on, you know? So can you tell us a little bit about the 2B mindset? What is it?
Lindsay, I don't think I even realized that you had PCOS. I mean, it's wild how many people have questions about that. It used to be a very, like, I mean, I have to relook at the statistics of it, but when I was going through like my early schooling and learning about PCOS, it was a very rare condition. And it's like just wild how many people have been bringing it up. And I think it's just, it's like one of those things where it can, obviously doctors have told people who have PCOS that it might be harder for them to lose weight. And one of the coolest things of doing this program is that people like you incredibly have lost just as much weight, if not more than some other people. And then it's so great to be able to tell your doctors, you know, there actually is a way. So hopefully a lot of people who have PCOS, who've been struggling with their weight, will do this because of such positive testimonials like that. And it's also so beneficial for your PCOS condition to like eat well and have it. So good for you. I mean, you're amazing. Okay. So I think the question was, what does the program look like? So the program is a video-based program. I don't know if you guys saw the sizzle video, but it kind of shows like a snapshot of what the videos look like. It's going to feel like this, like not very different. It's going to kind of feel like I'm in your living room or you're in my office and we're talking about all of my principles. So it starts with, you know, basic principles of what you should do to make sure that you're measuring your success, how we should be eating on a day-to-day basis, breakfast, lunch, dinner, how to look at food groups. And then it goes into tons more detail about like how to set up your kitchen for best success. And then all the questions you might have had in the past about, you know, but what if I'm traveling? There's a video on that. What if I don't cook, Ilana, and I like to eat takeout? There's literally a video of me sitting there with a stack of takeout menus, Thai, Japanese, Italian, showing you how to, you know, order at all those places. And then kind of everything in between. There's a video addressing emotional eating. There's so it's a video-based program. There's over 20 videos that kind of like give you all the tools you need to lose weight effectively and learn to keep it off for good, plus like over a dozen recipe videos. So it's definitely a video-based program. And then on Super Saturday, we're going to uncover all the other additional tools that kind of come with the program as well, just to make it sure that like everyone is as fully supported and successful as possible.
Awesome. Okay.
But as you know, Lindsay, is like, it's the coaching and also like the ongoing group dynamic that also has it fully and completely come to life.
The community, the support
is like, I mean, I can't compare to like the groups that you've run in the past, but I feel like for this more than anything else is like so much more than pressing play and doing the workout, because this is so like help everyone, but I have this event, and so that's why like the group dynamic is so important. And I can say, Lara's letting me say now, that we're launching on May 2nd, and starting May 2nd, I'm running a group. So if you're a coach and you get this as early as possible, please, May 2nd, everyone get it. The earlier, the better. We'll all have that amazing group and community dynamic. Because as Lindsay and Nancy and everyone else who's done this program successfully knows, like that's really like the day-to-day that changes the mindset switch, because you can watch this and obviously like you can do amazing right away, but it's really like the day-to-day support, questions, sharing that make it like come to life and make it really impactful. So everyone, please make sure you join that group.
Yeah, I agree. You want time, you want to learn from her, take advantage, join the group, you guys. Make sure you get this. I don't know when the group starts, but I know
May 2nd. Yes.
Oh, it does start May 2nd. Okay, cool. So make sure you guys order your, you're going to get all the information and details at Super Saturday. Make sure you get yours. I'm getting mine. And we'll be in the group, and I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm going to shift over. We've got questions flowing over here. So first question is, how do you implement this with something like an 80-day obsession, time nutrition, because I'm super lost on that. Also, I'm signing up to school to be a registered dietitian this fall.
Oh, very cool. So one is it doesn't integrate with 80-day obsession. It's a completely different, it's completely different than time nutrition, in like almost every single way possible. So it's a completely different approach. People have been doing the 2B mindset eating plan, being super successful with it, and then sometimes like weaving in 80-day obsession workouts, which is totally like optional, but you would never do the container system and this at the same time. They're completely different programs.
Okay, perfect. All right. How does the program work with people that are more in a maintenance toning mode? How can that be incorporated?
Great. They would still highly benefit from that. So that's like, you could be like at the same weight and working out a ton, but still have a negative or uncertain aspect of your eating. I mean, I think there's so much negative and false and misleading nutrition advice literally everywhere we turn. So I think everyone can benefit from I want to say smarter, but like more sensible and sustainable approach to eating. So even if you don't have any weight to lose and you're just, working out a ton and maintaining your muscle mass, especially from a coaching perspective, you'll be so thankful you have this knowledge to help others you might know who are struggling with your weight, your siblings, your parents, your spouses, your kids. Like, everyone has such misleading and misconstrued ideas of what healthy eating and looks like. And I think you can benefit so much from the educational tools and from this program as well. Whether or not you feel like it's that different from what you're doing or whatever, there's something everyone can benefit from doing this program.
Okay. Would this program have an effect on managing others' conditions like anxiety, being that conditions like that are very much mindset related?
Yes. I mean, I think Lindsay and everyone who's done this program can attest, like one of the coolest things you hear in the test groups and testimonials is it's so far beyond weight loss. It's so far beyond food. It's so far beyond eating. It is such an amazing, balanced way of living and treating food and your body and your day-to-day stress. I think one of the coolest things people tell me is like, before they start working with me or doing this program, life feels like this. Like, I go on a vacation and I'm bad. And then I go on this crash diet. And then I can't believe I'm going into this holiday. And then I overdid it and like all this. And just like life feels like this. And then when you do the 2B mindset with time, you find like life feels like this, like just like more in your control, more like a better approach to things. It's like, I'm very into like kind of like how we approach things. You'll never hear me say no. There's no cutting anything out in this program, but everything is just like, how can we approach this in a smarter, more sensible way? That like fits seamlessly into your already lifestyle. So you've already been going to the grocery store. I'm just going to walk you through the grocery store of like how it makes more sense from a more sensible approach. And I think a lot of people find that self-control and empowerment around their day-to-day eating has filtered out incredibly into their anxiety and stress and confidence dealing with so many other things in their life.
Yes.
Would you say that, Lindsay? Like you've seen
effortless is the word. Happily, like Yeah. I mean, like there's just, I've been in a handful of test groups, and there was a lot of stress, I guess you could say. And there's no, like, you guys will, your people, your customers, you guys will feel like, whoa, is this
like it's a lot easier than you probably have been making it. That's like one of the happiest things I hear people say after like 2 days of watching the videos. They're like, gosh, I've been overcomplicating it. I'm like, this is like, you're going to be amazed at how simple it sounds. That you'll probably even be skeptical that it's going to be effective.
yeah.
And then just do it. And the results will just show themselves that we've been America has vastly overcomplicated weight loss. It comes down to some basic principles that you'll learn, and creating a system that works best for you. And once you create your system, it literally, I'm not saying it's like easy from day one. It is for sure probably easier than anything you've ever done. But of course, everything good in life takes effort, especially in the beginning, but it literally becomes effortless with continued practice. So you guys are not.
And I traveled, and I went through the holidays with
your test group is unbelievable. Like Lindsay's test group literally started like a day before Thanksgiving, and I'm telling them to lose weight, and they were like, okay. And a lot of them felt like they really started January 1st. And I was like, no, you didn't. You literally still lost 5 pounds in December. Who does that? Like, if you could do that, you could do anything. And so, yeah, so your test group is a huge testament that you don't have to wait till Monday. You don't have to wait till January 1st. You can start, and it's so good we ran your test group right before Thanksgiving, because life is never perfect. There's never like, let me wait for this perfect situation to get my act together, because then the next curveball hits. And even though there's no holiday that month, like your kid is sick, or there's a snowstorm. So there's really never like a perfect, like ideal. And that's the best part of why this program is so sustainable, because you're not getting shipped off to a fantasy like Biggest Loser Island where you have a personal trainer and food delivery, and then you like come back and you're like, now how do I do it? Every part from day one is seamlessly integrated into your lifestyle. You're already eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm just showing you how to approach it better. You're ready going to the grocery store. You're ready ordering takeout. How can you just do it in a way that helps you, stay fulfilled while losing weight?
Yes. All what she said. Yes. All right. Can you speak to the program for people with thyroid issues?
I think, Lindsay, you can. I mean, I personally have a very slow metabolism. I have the fat gene. We can all blame those things, and use them against us, or you can use it for yourself and see that, dozens and dozens and hundreds of people have been doing this program with low thyroids, with bad genes, including myself, including Lindsay, hurdles, and still losing weight and being able to keep it off. So even if you have a low thyroid, even if a doctor's told you that you will have a hard time losing weight, you will have an amazing time disproving those theories. And, the one thing a lot of people have been asking, like, what can they do a month before this program, like to think about the program and get ready for it? And, I think I came down to like 3 things you could do. One is get a great coach, which you all have and are. So that's great. The second thing is go to a doctor. If you haven't had a doctor's appointment, I think you'll be really thankful if you get a physical this next month and take your labs, because you will see how drastically they can improve. And by the way, even low thyroid can improve, and you can actually improve your thyroid health with eating better and losing weight. So it's kind of like works together. And the third thing is change your mindset. Like even a month out, already believe that you can do this and you will do this. And this is really going to work beautifully for you and be like the thing that's going to just help you overcome all those weight struggles you've had in the past and really get to the weight you've really always wanted to be. So that's what you could do this next month. Is like, I know going into this, a lot of people have been asking me like, but I have PCOS, but I have low thyroid, but I'm going through menopause. And it's like, we've tested this with and personally in my private practice and at UCLA and with the test groups, like on thousands of people who all have it hard, who all have reasons, who all have excuses for why this couldn't work, and have literally proven that it still does incredibly effectively. So please take this next month to say, you know what? I may have been told I have a low thyroid, but I can still lose weight. I can still lose weight, and my body still wants to lose this weight, and I'm going to let it by following this program, believing in it, and having those principles work for me. So
this is why you need to order on May 2nd and be with her, because like this is what we get. Like,
push.
I can do this. She's, guys, like, oh man, May is going to be amazing. Okay, so we already covered that it's video based. It is not included with on demand.
No, it's not going to be on Bud.
Let's see, how's it set up? It's video based.
Yeah, it's just I would add that just from a hi everyone, good to see your faces. Look at Jason Diebold. Hey, I remember you. Yeah, so it will not live on BOD, separate charge. And just want you guys all to know also that there will, and hi Tiffany, there will be Ilana's going to run a coach Facebook group when we launch. So when we launch on May 2nd, be sure to sign up and see if we can get you into that Facebook group as early as possible so you can spend as much time with her as possible. And while I'm not supposed to say this, I will say that, you know, when you see the challenge group guides and everything else, you'll understand how the cadence and everything. But I would say give yourself a couple days a week to spend with Ilana, watch the videos, start to really learn the program so you can better coach it, as opposed to on day one, like everyone has to start with you. I think it really is, you know, there's just so many things that are just, you'll be like, what? Like, that's just the craziest thing I've ever heard. And then the next day you'll be like, wow, that makes total sense. So, you know, I just feel like giving yourself a couple days a week just to watch the videos, ask some questions, spend some time with Ilana, you know, she's just full of positivity. So Facebook group, give yourself a couple days.
Yeah. And that's been honestly a very different thing, Lindsay, between like your test group started in November before we could announce even a launch date versus the test group that started this month. And like the coaches started this month, they're already in coaching mode. And it's like, I'm telling them like, experience this and get to the best benefits. Because you'll be a better coach if you actually give yourself the gift of doing this experience for yourself as well. Yeah. So yeah, I cannot.
Doesn't mean not to talk about it. Doesn't mean not to sell it. We obviously know everyone's excited to have something new, you know, new type of program. Obviously appeal to people who have a lot of weight to lose, people who can exercise, don't want to exercise, people that you've had a hard time getting on board, and certainly can be selling that. But we just want to, and we're going to give you like a little week prep so that you can, even if for you guys to get people started before, just so you guys get a couple of days under your belt. So
yeah, as a test grouper, I highly recommend you guys own it for yourself before your, this is not 80-day obsession or you being like, hey, let's all do this. Like, you need to spend time with her. You need to be in that group. That's just my opinion from having spent time with her. Okay, Jason wants to know, are there any supplements recommended?
So Shakeology for sure. Shakeology is an amazing part of the 2B mindset in so many ways. So Shakeology is highly recommended throughout the program for several reasons. One is like, you'll see me like break it down and why it's so excellent and from a nutritional perspective. Also, like, it can be weaved into any meal. It's great for, you know, chocolate cravings and everything else like that. And it's also, I find, just excellent for creating a positive mindset with food because it's so filling, it's so satisfying, it's so convenient, it helps you stay really consistent. So Shakeology is like highly promoted and integrated as part of the program. So that's like the number one supplement. And then exercise on this is extra credit. So if people are not exercisers, they will not start exercising from day one. They're going to focus on doing the 2B mindset, losing a lot of weight, and then you'll see they'll probably want to exercise so much more down the line in the future. So like Shakeology, I'd say from day one, if people aren't exercising, then they might not feel like they need recover. But if they are exercising, and depending on whatever program they are, then they'll, you know, maybe continue taking the supplements or taking them regardless. So the main one is Shakeology. Probably more so this program pushes the boost because I'm a big fan of the digestive boost and the power greens. And and focus energy. So it might even go into that space more than the other programs. But in terms of like the performance for fitness, because this isn't fitness prioritized, it's fitness accessorized, I'd say. It would really depend on your customer whether or not they would need those additional performance line supplements. Does that make sense? Other questions?
Okay. Let's see. There's some all the business questions you guys are asking. I'm gonna say go to Super Saturday because all the details are, I think, gonna be there. Even I don't know some of these details or any of them. So Super Saturday, guys, just go there.
So what detail? What was the question?
DVDs.
No DVDs. No DVDs at launch. I tried. I wanted. No DVDs.
Okay. Yeah.
Does it focus on liver cleansing? You will find that this is a very cleansing program from day one. Every principle and every encouragement of how I recommend you eat is helpful for your liver, your kidneys, your heart, your genes, and your mindset at the same time. So the meal plan is very universally, any doctor would look at this and say, that's a great way to eat for overall health, not just for your weight loss, but for your overall health. So, that's why I really want to push everyone this next month before doing the program to get a physical, because it's really should in every way be like the doctor recommended program. In every way. And you'll be so happy that in addition to seeing your pounds come off and seeing your clothes change and seeing the before and after pictures, like you will likely see if you have any, fatty liver issues or things like that, you will likely see a lot of different health parameters in your labs improve with eating this way for sure as well.
These are like the most motivating when she starts talking about like this and that with your health. I'm like, oh, because that's what got me into health and fitness in the first place. Well, health was preventable disease was all my like motivation.
By the way, like I'm right there with you. Like the coolest thing is we really do get better with time, and that's the coolest thing. So many people who did the first test group, like turned 40 while doing the test group or turned 50 while doing the test group and literally kept saying like, I'm in better shape now in my 50s than I was in my 20s. And I think that's like the coolest concept that this program helps you achieve is that it does get easier with time and you can keep getting fitter and stronger and better as we keep getting older and wiser. So, so absolutely you can always improve your health and get stronger every day.
Okay, if a challenger wants to do this with me alongside, how are we able to coach them best? Do they just follow this nutritionally and then just the workout?
Well, if they're not a coach, you'll be in, only coaches have access to that private Facebook group with me. So if they're not a coach, you'll still probably have better tools for coaching them because you'll be in, my group in addition to coaching them. But yeah, you do not have to tell them to exercise from the start or that they'll have to. You'll be able to coach them starting day one they'll just start watching the videos and you'll have the challenge group guide that we've worked really hard on to be so awesome. I really love it. I think it's excellent. So you'll have like all the tools you need to better coach, even if you're doing this at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's such a cool thing. Like if you get sick or if injury happens, like you could still, I know a lot of people will be like, I missed a day of this workout. I got to go back, got to do doubles, got to do all the things. And like you guys that's what's really cool is you can all as well. I'm still, you know what I mean? Like that's such a benefit.
There's no perfect. So there's no perfect and there's no cheating. So you can't cheat really doing this program. You literally can't cheat. Like I give you like one thing I want you to do for 3 minutes every day. As long as you do that, just like track down your progress. As long as you are learning every day and you give yourself a minute every day to like learn from it or grow from it, there's no cheating. So like you can go out and have pizza and fries during this program. As long as you're learning from it with the other tools that we'll supply to, you will never feel again that like this is like a harsh thing. You'll actually kind of like be proud of that experience because you'll probably get a lot out of it. So there's no cheating and there's no perfect. I'll recommend like, you know, this might look like a great day, but it's ultimately going to be you who comes up with your best system and your best choices for what you love and works best for your lifestyle. So that's something that you probably want to get people into thinking about, because I think that's another big differentiator between this program and almost like any other weight loss program out there on the market, is that like there is no perfect framework. It's not all or nothing. If you're not great one day, it's because you're human, and that's okay. And so I think that's like another thing to get maybe people on the way of thinking towards.
Yes. As a test grouper, like, I don't think I've ever, there's never been like a perfect day. And I've been through holidays and like, I never felt deprived or restricted or like any of those things. Once like it all clicked, I was like, oh, okay, like got it. And now I'm just like,
woo, melting mode.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I just muted myself. Okay, do we have any other questions, you guys? I think we're about a couple more minutes.
I'm so excited for y'all to do it. And that's one thing like you guys should also know is like weight loss on this program does get easier with time. So I mean, I think like the one thing to just like wrap your head around and wrap your, you know, clients around is that like change your expectations about what this program should be or could be. While like if you go to #2BMindset, some people are posting like 1 month results and it's strikingly impressive and that's great. It really is a program that's different than others because it actually, you can lose more weight in month 2 than you can in month 1. You can lose more weight in month 4 than you did in month 2. So it's really one of these programs that like, if you put the effort in, it really can get to that effortless place. Do not compare it in terms of like weight loss and results and pictures to maybe that's something that felt like way more extreme in the past. So like if you did like some sort of like cleanse where you starved yourself for a month, like you might not lose weight in the same pace. But this is sustainable. This is fulfilling every step of the way. So I think one thing to just start like mentally preparing yourself for is to not have like these outlandish expectations and then feel like, oh, well, I didn't lose 30 pounds the first month like I did doing something else. So it's like, because maybe if you lost 12 the first month, but you end up losing more the next month and you learned and still lived your life throughout it. So it's very different than what you've probably done in the past. So it's a good thing to now like wrap your head around it. This is like a breath of fresh air approach to eating and losing weight. It is the end of the whole shebang, the start, the on, the off, the this. It's like it works. It's effective, but it's sustainable. So it's different.
Totally agree. Which brings you to the question, how long is the program?
Yeah. And so, that's a good question to ask. Because this doesn't have a timestamp on it. I know so many programs do. Beachbody and Beyond's, like someone was even just like about whole 30. It's like 30 and then 21-day fix and 80-day obsession and 3-week yoga retreat. Like a lot of programs have timestamps on it, and this one doesn't, for a couple of reasons. One is you'll realize like once you have the 2B mindset, you always have it. You're always going to look at food in a more purposeful, positive way. So that's something no one could ever take away from you. That's something that you really, that makes it so sustainable. So one is like, you'll realize like you kind of always have it now, like a 2B mindset approach to going to a bar, because you just like now use, these things, these tools and strategies in this perspective of it. So one thing is like, it doesn't have a timestamp because you'll see it's kind of like enforced in you that you'll just look at things in a better way, and how you relate to food. But it's also like, if you have 5 pounds to lose, you might be like in full on like weight loss mode, as I call it, like doing everything to a T for those 5 pounds. And that might take a month. And then there's other people who have to lose 200 pounds, who it's clearly not going to take a month for. It might take longer time. So there's no precise time on this, because one is once you have it, you kind of have it. And also in terms of like weight loss mode versus weaving this into a weight maintenance mode is going to depend on how much weight you have to lose. And also like in terms of digesting the videos, we didn't really put a prescription on it, like watch video on day one and video on day two, because it's because you might want to binge watch them all in one day, and we can't really keep you from doing that because you might want to, and you might be a person who is getting it along the way. And then some people are going to want to watch one video a day, and that's also great. So this isn't like a program where the faster you watch the videos, the faster you get it and the faster your results. It's actually really not like that. You have to know yourself and go at your pace. It's not a race. And actually just watching the first video and dwelling on that, you could probably lose 15 to 30 pounds, like without anything else. Like just that one first video of like my 4 basic principles can get you super successful your weight loss. And then you might want to say, okay, I have that down. Now I want to kick it into gear and add this video and add this video. So every video is going to like give you a boost in your mindset towards food and nutrition and your weight loss. So you could watch them all at one night, but which I mean, like, it wouldn't be the craziest thing. You could probably watch all the videos in like less time to like binge watch your favorite show. So you might want to, but just know there's a lot of really good information packed into each one. Even though some videos are only 5 minutes, it's like coming from years and years of experience and research to like put that together. So don't just watch it and move on. Like take notes, be okay watching it again, and really go at whatever pace makes sense for you.
I like to think of Ilana as the super nutrition trainer. We have 4 trainers, and then I'm like, super nutrition trainer.
That's a good name for her. We've been trying to figure out what to call it. One's like super trainer.
Repeat questions. It isn't, I would say go to Super Saturday because I don't know what it looks like, but it is not with Beachbody On Demand. Will there be a teaser video that gives more clear idea of what this program is?
Yeah, if you go to YouTube and you put in To Be Mindset, there's an awesome video.
I'll also add that there's a sizzle video that we started at Leadership, which you'll get updated at Super Saturday. There's also a video at Super Saturday of Ilana and Michael talking about the whole program and what you get. But obviously, the video part of the program is like 40 short little videos. Learn Ilana's program and all these tips and tools and strategies for literally every eating situation. All different sorts of PDF tools, the app coming in June. But you're also physically going to get a product when you purchase the program. So you will get a whole bunch of tools and goodies that we developed together, which will help you on your journey. So I don't have it here. If I had it, I would show you, but you'll see it Super Saturday. But you get a box of like really awesome stuff and great tools that'll help you.
Amazing. Really, really, really amazing stuff.
Does that ask the question about what you're getting? But certainly at Super Saturday, Ilana and Michael are sitting with the product, talking about every little thing that you get, and all the great value and literally all of Ilana's expertise. And you'd have to spend, probably 10 sessions with her to get this, all the stuff we condensed into those videos.
Agreed.
There will be an app in June. It's a separate charge. Her Facebook group we talked about. Okay, yeah. Any other questions?
Some of the other questions that have been coming up, if you guys can think of any now, is like a lot of people have been asking if they can do this program if they're vegan. Yes, we have a specific like vegan like approach to do this, but it's again pretty seamless. A lot of people have been asking if they can do this program even if they're gluten-free, dairy-free, allergic to peanuts, like any sort of thing. Yes, you can do. Working out, not working out. Breastfeeding has been a big question. You can do this while breastfeeding. I see there's always like babies on these calls. And the low thyroid, yes. Men, women. Someone asked me, like, can men do this? I think we have so many testimonials of women. But yes, we also have had several men do this program. They're probably just not, showing their pictures as much, but they're also insanely, incredibly effective and successful. And then another thing is like that a lot of people see is, can your kids do it? Can your kids integrate into it? And again, it's like, if you do this, you will see the domino effect of it is so amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the most, I feel like so many parents came into the group and were like, my kids don't eat vegetables. I can't get them to eat anything healthy. And it's literally just like their whole families are just like, hey, what's you eating over there? And getting their families to eat things that they would never, ever have eaten.
Yeah, that's
Awesome recipes. There's awesome recipes included in the program. Super easy, super simple, quick ingredients. Literally, Ilana, making a mess in the kitchen. It's awesome. No food stylist. I just sorry. One other thing. I saw a post about price. I gotta wait for Super Saturday. But it's not renewed like BOD. So once you buy it, you have access to it forever. It's not a renewed thing. That's good news. Yay.
And what else? Guys, you're so quiet. No questions?
Any questions, guys?
Well, you're all amazing, and thank you for being on today. And Lindsay, thank you for having us. Tiffany, and keep asking questions, and then please join May 2nd. So because right now you might not have a lot of questions because you don't know more about the what's included and what it is, but starting May 2nd, you'll probably have a zillion questions, and you'll be very thankful that I'm there to answer them and go along this journey right with you.
And tell them they could follow you on Instagram, right?
Sure.
Go over to she's always active on the stories and everything on Instagram, so you guys can
and To Be Mindset, because and make sure you're following To Be Mindset on Instagram and Facebook as well, because we got lots of fun stuff coming.
Awesome. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for everyone, and you're all in very good company here with the amazing people who've already been doing the test group. So this is a very, very, very good crowd. You're in good company. I always say when someone in the group is successful, it's like a feather in everyone's cap, because then it's like success is contagious, and you're in very, very good company here. And so that's why I'm so excited we're all being in the group together. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for showing up and for hosting this and being here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for doing this.
If any questions continue to come up, because this is a quieter group, then Lindsay can shift them off to me. She knows how to reach me.
Yeah, you guys have questions, just holler.
All right, have an amazing day. Thank you so much, everyone, for being on. This is great.
All right, thank you guys so much. Bye, Ilana.
Bye. Have the best day.